Whoa, there you no one can see me. That's interesting. Hold on here. We're off to an absolute great start. There we go. Hello, everyone. This is really zoomed in on my face too, and I don't like it at all. I'm not a person who wants a camera like this close up in their face. Um, but anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sorry in Advance Radio. Little solo episode tonight. Scott is just didn't feel like coming on, I guess. I mean, the Phillies are winning so much. What else are we supposed to talk about? So no, I'm just kidding. Scott's got to rest his leg a little bit, so and he's struggling a little bit. So I figured I would give him the night off. Let him kind of chill for a little bit and recover. While we all just recover from, I'm telling you, man, just another exhausting, let me see, 5 games. I mean, it's 4, we're 4-1 in the last 5. Does it get just this exhausting, winning this much? Like, is it boring? And the correct answer is fuck no. It is not too boring. It's not boring at all. It's not. How do you say it's unbelievable what this team is doing without which is one of the topics I kind of wanted to start with, is the fact that we have injuries kind of mounting up on this team. Some injuries that really just, it's there's never a good time to have injuries, but if you're gonna have them, I'm happy that they're kind of happening where, hello mother, how are you? I just saw you like an hour and a half ago, but hello again. You have such a padded record right now because you have just been kicking ass the first 40 something games of the season. That these injuries, while they do suck, you have a lineup right now that is really picking up for the other players. I'll get into my little Garrett Stubbs thing in a little bit. But I mean, from 1 through 9, you have people picking up. I mean, we've had Whit Merrifield in the lead off the last few games. I mean, Schwarber was back today, but we've had Whit Merrifield, who was supposed to be, a bench player, played a good amount, a little bit more than I thought he was going to play in the beginning of the year. But Whit Merrifield leading off the last, I don't want to say last few games. I mean, because it's not, I think it's only been like twice. Because Schwarber was kind of feeling a little but I mean, like the last game, if I remember correctly, second game, excuse me, I'm looking at it now. So Whit Merrifield led off the second game of the Marlins, third game, the series finale against the Marlins, and then he led off yesterday. So 3 games in a row we had Whit Merrifield leading off, which is an interesting kind of move. But at the same time, the lineup has changed somewhere in that aspect of who's playing where position wise, who's batting where in the lineup. And hey, Mrs. Spizzo, I hope your son's all right. But it's kind of interesting because, like I said, you have everybody throughout this team now picking up for each other, which is what your bench players are supposed to do. Like they're not starters for a reason. They are not going to hit like starters all the time. I mean, the person that always comes to mind is Greg Dobbs from back in like the 08, 9, that era, of when Greg Dobbs was just, you couldn't get him out every single time. Like, he was the best pinch hitter in baseball. And I feel like some people are kind of losing the memory, well, not the memory, losing the understanding of what a bench player is supposed to do. Like, I'll get into this real quick, is I post, like, I see a bunch of people ripping Garrett Stubbs For just, I mean, since the last few games. Like Real Muto started the first game of the Marlins series and the second game, and then Stubbs started the third yesterday and today. He went 0 for 4 in the first game. He went 1 for 4 in the second game with an RBI, and then today he went 0 for 4. Like, he's hitting 118. He is a fucking backup catcher. He is a backup catcher. He is a backup catcher. Can we please stop with the, oh my God, Stubbs isn't hitting the ball. Like, we got it. We got to give Marshawn a chance. I have not heard anything, not one damn thing about Marshawn all year. And it's the middle of May. Like, and we're already at the point where no, Stubbs, he's not hitting the ball. He's a backup catcher. He's going to play 20 games. Like, we all know this. Why are we now ripping Garrett Stubbs? And I'll tell you exactly why. Is because, and it's a great example, because Crossing Broad came out with an article that was sent to me by my friend Jay, where it's basically, are we so at a point where like we don't have anything to complain about that we have to find something to complain about? Which I really think that is exactly at kind of where some people are starting to get to. Stubbs has played well. I mean, not offensively, like it is what it is. Like I'm not expecting him. I'm not expecting the 9-hitter to come up here and hit 300. I'm not expecting the 9-hitter to hit 270, 260, 250. Like, he's not going to play that often. And then people want him to sit the bench for 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 days, depending on like how hot JT could get. And then Garrett needs to come in and get 2 hits when he plays. Like, come on now. Let's be realistic here. That's ridiculous. We're resting the big guns for October. That's what I said. Just everyone needs a break. I feel like it's absolutely ridiculous, some of the comments that like I was getting, because my favorite thing that I posted, which shout out to the Phillies fan group as always, because this is where everything happened, where I am going, I feel like I'm enjoying it more than I should be, where I'm going back and forth with people, borderline arguing with people, because people want to sit there and, because I don't think they know, but because I put laugh out loud on a comment, I look and I get somebody who's older coming back like, oh, like, don't make me, I hope you're not ROTFL, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, you put laugh out loud after a comment. Like, really? That to me makes it that comment makes it look like you don't have a comeback because I'm right. You want to sit there and now you're attacking how I write a message to you because I'm giving you legit facts. And you are sitting there, some people telling me we need to trade for a backup catcher. In the middle of May, we need to trade. Never mind, even the middle of May. This season, we need to trade for a backup catcher. Are you shitting me? What kind of fucking lunacy are we talking here? How bad is this team right now that we have to trade for a backup catcher? I want to know what happened to the Philly fan base, that toughest fans in sports. Bullshit anymore because we're bitching about a fucking backup catcher. You have got to be kidding me. I don't think I've been this fired up over just like playing the Mets used to get me this fired up. But now it's my own fans who are talking about a backup catcher. I feel like Allen Iverson with we're talking about practice. We're talking about a fucking backup catcher. Everyone's losing their goddamn minds because why? Oh my God. Well, I mean, the Phillies are 30-13 right now. They have the best record in baseball. I mean, they have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. We're first, second, or third in almost every single offensive and pitching category. Well, our backup catcher can't hit for shit right now. So this team fucking sucks. Fold up the season. Grow a set of balls, Philly. All Philly fans who want to sit here and hear this shit. Grow a set of balls, shut up, and watch the goddamn team win. There is, if we are relying on the number 9 hitter, our backup catcher, then we are fucked as a franchise. That is literally the only way I can put that, is if you 100% believe that Garrett Stubbs is going to be the problem that brings this team down. You are got to be fucking kidding me. This isn't football. This isn't 17 games and 5 games in football and your season's over. Like, you got to be shitting me. It really blows my mind how far we will go. Not even we. I'm not part of that group. Those fans will go. That you will find something that ridiculous to complain about. It is unbelievable to me. Anyway, so Rant over. Um, so game one in the Marlins series. Again, Ranger Suarez just pitches a friggin' gem. It is absolutely ridiculous how good Ranger Suarez is right now. I don't know where this came from, and I think I've said it every single time that I've come on here. We've come on here, me and Scott, and literally just talked about it. And it's every single time, even if he has a bad game, is it really a bad game? It's not the best game, but he's still going 5, 6 innings. That's the shit that apparently gets you 200, $250 million contracts right now, even less than that. Like it's Ranger Suarez was supposed to be probably not this year. Like we knew he was pretty much going to be a number 3, but we signed Walker probably to be like a 4 or 5 with Suarez last year and the year before. Like I wasn't expecting out of this. I was expecting, all right, Ranger Suarez, he's calm, cool, collective. He'll give you 5, 6 innings. Maybe eventually, like later in the season, cool. He can come out of the bullpen. He can close a tight game like he did in the San Diego series when he went to the World Series. Now it's actually a legitimate question about, wow, who's going to start game 2 if a playoff series started? Who could start game 1? We had 3 people that could start game 1, 2, or 3. Like, where the hell did this come from? Ranger Suarez first game against Miami, 7 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The walks, I don't even give a shit. He does not scare me at all when he pitches. I don't get worried. I don't. He's literally probably fighting now for a Gold Glove and a Cy Young right now. And if the season ended today, and I swear I even hate when people bring that up. Like he could possibly win both, which is funny. Evening, Donna. How are you? I just went on like a 5-minute absolute rant about everyone complaining about Garrett Stubbs, so I'm doing good. But Garrett Stubbs, Ranger Suarez has been just immaculate. It's it's crazy. It is insane. I can't get over it. I am on a rant. I'm sorry. But I need to hydrate. So yeah, Ranger Suarez, 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and 97 pitches. Even when he gets into trouble, it's like, are you worried? It reminds me of like the 08 bullpen. Like, we'll be all right. It's all good. It could be bases loaded, no outs. You pull the pitcher back in 08, like, oh, Phillies bullpen's coming in. Fucking game's over. Game's over. And then of course Soto comes in, gives up 2 runs, walks 1, and a strikeout. And then Alvarado comes in and slams the door. It's fine. It is yes, it is fun, mother. It's needed. So the Phillies win that game 8-2. Game 2, Taijuan Walker again. Like I feel like I'm getting to the point where, like, with Taijuan Walker, I'm reaching the same point that I was getting with Nola, where I'm like, Nola's going to give up a home run here and there. Like, if you just accept that, and then you take the rest of the game that he pitches you take that for what it is, and then you watch the rest of the game, Nola's a very good pitcher. Well, Taijuan Walker has actually been very, very good. 6 innings pitch, 8 hits, but 1 earned run, 4 Ks and 1 walk. He got up to 86 pitches, and but 6 complete innings. I don't like. That's awesome. It's funny because when I said about Stubbs not being as good as Realmuto, he stepped up, and I swear he's been learning a lot from JT. I think he has been. There's what better catcher to learn from? And I think my favorite thing about all the Garrett Stubbs things, not to lose track real quick, is the fact that like all the teammates, they obviously heard about it because all of them have said something to kind of be like, this isn't on Stubbs. Like Stubbs has been great. Even Wheeler. Wheeler was the biggest one, I think, when he just said, this isn't on Stubbs at all. Like, this is on me. Stubbs isn't walking people. Stubbs isn't pitching. He's like, there's some things that I like to do. But again, if like each pitcher pitches 30 games. Obviously, Walker's not going to. Sanchez might. I don't know. But we'll take the top 3. 30, 60, 90 games. Probably 95, 96 games. Garrett Stubbs catches 20, including the other 2. So Garrett Stubbs is catching 20 of fuck it. Well, the other two. So there's a what 120, 150 games, 140 games. Garrett Stubbs catches 20. That's not a big fucking deal. Like, can we please just stop with the Garrett Stubbs? Sucks. Anyway. So Taijuan Walker, eight hits, 4 Ks, and 1 earned run. And it was on a home run. Matt Strahm came in. I love Matt Strahm. I really do. I want to meet him and just hang out and talk baseball cards with him. And Jeff Hoffman came in. Obviously, it was, we had a good size lead at that point. We had a 8-1 lead. So it was good to get, get what's his name? That Ruiz guy in there. He gave up 2 runs, but whatever. So you had a knife. I mean, that's literally the point of getting them in that late, is just to get them work. And then game 3 on Sunday, which sucked. But I'll tell you what, I mean, we were up 3-0 early. And that was when Wheeler just, again, didn't have it. And it happens. There has not been, and I said this on the Phillies fan page, there has not been one pitcher in MLB history, I will even go as far as to say before the record book started. So what, in the 1800s, there has not been one pitcher who did not have a bad game, even 2 or 3 bad games in a season. Like, this whole, it's Stubbs' fault. Okay, you're absolutely right. Anyway, so Phillies went up 3-0 early, and then by the 3rd inning, we were losing. We were losing, 6-3? Yeah. And then in the 6th, we really clawed back. I mean, I think what bothered me the most about this one was, Wheeler didn't really have it again. Like, he had 2 strikeouts, 80 pitches in 4 innings. Like, and it seems like a lot of times I'm seeing that Wheeler pitches, his pitch count is getting up there, early, which sucks. That's the only way I can put it, is that it sucks, because it eats into the bullpen a lot. And then he brought in Kirkering and then Turnbull. And to me, you bring in Turnbull in the 6th. I don't know. I'm thinking, why wouldn't you bring in Turnbull in the 5th and eat up 3 innings so you don't have to waste your bullpen? I thought this was the whole point in having Turnbull, is so that he could eat up innings, so he could be a spot starter who eats up innings. And he has shown, I don't know how many times, that he's gone 5 or 6 innings as a starter. So, I mean, I get the warm-up's a little bit different for a reliever, but, he gave up 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Alvarado came in and got, didn't give up a hit. Matt Strahm came in in the 8th, 3 strikeouts. Jeff Hoffman came in, 1 strikeout, didn't give up anything. And then Soto comes in, gives up a walk and a hit, and then game's over. Don't get me wrong, the Phillies had chances to win this game. I think that's what hurts the most, is they definitely had chances to win this game. At that point, they were 28-13, 13-6 away. So, the loss sucked. It sucked, especially because it's just like the Marlins the Marlins suck. But again, this is the Marlins we're talking about. I've said this 1,000 times. We've all said this 1,000 times. It just seems like the Marlins, for some reason, just give us a problem. At least one game. Specifically Josh friggin' Bell. Like, I wish he would just go away or just go sign with the Phillies somewhere. So that I don't have to face him anymore. So anyway, game 1 of the Mets series yesterday was a fun one. We got down 2-1 in the second. 3-1 in the third, because I remember they scored another one right after. So Sanchez was doing decent. I feel like he was missing very, very, very close to the plate. Like he was, I don't know if he was trying to go for more swings and misses, or just hoping to get more strikes called outside the zone, but he was not getting them. So I don't know if you want to consider that him getting squeezed, or he just was missing his spots, but it looked like they were trying to stay low all the time. Work has changed up a lot to get people, and the Mets just weren't biting, and a lot of times it just seemed like they came after him early. I mean, he had 108 pitches in 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and 5. He still had 5 strikeouts too. So his pitches were working. I think they just were maybe looking for his fastball early and then just were watching for his changeup if they had 2 strikes, and then they were just laying off of it. Seems like they weren't getting the calls, or he wasn't getting the call low on or outside, or he wasn't getting any calls. But still, um, I think my favorite thing, which is what started all the drama with the Garrett Stubbs thing, was I saw a comment on the fan group page saying that Stubbs sucks. He needs to go. Like he's hitting the something 120 something or whatever. And then I mean, like an hour later, before like this was before the game started. Then an hour later, I immediately get an alert. Stubbs reached on a bunt single to second. Stott scored. And I'm like, huh, how about that? And all I did was say, it seems like a lot of people, it seems to happen where a lot of people put something like, oh, Garrett Stubbs sucks. He needs to be sent down, blah, blah, blah. And then they immediately do something like it was, it was happening to Castellanos. It was, oh, what the hell's wrong with Schwarber? It's just like, oh, then everybody does something. And then, open the fucking floodgates. Everybody's just like, so what's your point? And I'm like, my point is shut up. Watch the goddamn game. Root for your team. Like, we all talk, and that's my favorite thing. Nobody can ever tell me that they have never, ever, ever said anything bad that they have not said anything bad about a Philly team. I will gladly call you a liar right to your face, and then I'll know I'm right. We've all said something bad about our team. If I start presenting you facts, and then, like I said earlier, then you want to just bash because I put laugh out loud at the end of a sentence, that's a win for me, dude. Sorry. Like you changed subjects. And by the way, the person stopped answering once I literally threw some more out there. So I'll take that as a big fat W for me. Anyway. So anyway, Phillies went down 3-1 by the third. And then the other person that everybody was talking a lot of shit about in the seventh, Rojas grounds out the shortstop. Sosa scored and Marsh goes to third. So cool. 3-2. And then in typical old school Phillies fashion, they give the run right back. And it's just like, please, can you not? Like, can you just stop them? Like, why is it our division? We're kicking the shit out of everybody. Anyway. So, but they give up another run on an error by Bohm. And then Edwin Diaz comes in. And I can't help but laugh because it's just like the Mets are going to Met. And I don't get me wrong. Like, I would take Edwin Diaz. Like, he's a great closer. Amazing closer. Just not against us. Stott comes in, homers immediately off of him. And then it's like if you watched and you looked in the crowd, they knew as soon as that home run was hit, they were just like, fuck. Like, this is the beginning. It's the beginning of the end. And oh boy, was it. Because, it was actually, like, really funny to watch. Because, Stott hits the home run, which it was close to not being a home run. That just made it over the wall. So, Cody Clemens comes in, singles to center. Marsh walks. Schwarber strikes out, which sucks. But he was a pinch hitter for Rojas. Stubbs pops out the second. So 2 outs. And then Brandon Marsh, Whit Merrifield walks on an incredible bad call by the umpires. As a Phillies fan, I have no problem saying it, especially because it worked out for us. That was a clear swing. He swung. There was no doubt about it. And he walks, bases loaded, 2 outs. And then Bohm, I believe, gets, let me see, foul ball, strike swinging, foul ball. It was 0-2. It was 0-2. He literally didn't even have to throw anything close to the plate. And he didn't. He threw it up at Bohm. And it went, nailed him in the finger. Boom. Tie game. It's just funny. And then it sucks because Bryce Harper struck out swinging on a ball that was, you know what? You don't know what these umpires anymore. So if it's 17 feet within the strike zone, you have to swing. So then Kerkering comes in, and then just 3 straight outs. I have to give Kerkering credit because he's young. He gets Lindor out on on a 7 ball count. got ahead too, 0-2 immediately. Threw him 5 straight sweepers, and then got Alonso out on 2 pitches, and then got JD Martinez out, struck him out on 3 pitches. Those are 3 very good hitters. JD Martinez especially. I'm not taking anything away from Lindor and Alonso, like, they're good. Side note, I don't think Alonso is going to be a Met next year, but Martinez is a very good hitter, very experienced hitter. Top 9, Harper's at second. Castellanos walks. I think I like it was what, 2 balls. It was 2-2. Yeah, and then he walked. Clemens struck out, and then oh yeah, Stott hit a sacrifice fly. I'm wondering. I'm like, wait, Bryson Stott did something else. And then Bryson Stott. So Bryson Stott put us within 1 run, and then gave us the lead. And then Alvarado comes in and just shuts up the Mets real quick. It was just funny. It was so funny to watch. Kirkin walked off like he was a shit. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing the emotion, especially from him, because it literally, like, it's just like he struck out. I mean, JD Martinez, like I said, he's been around for a while. He's a great hitter. And I mean, he got them 2 and then struck out JD Martinez, and he just comes on and just like I have no problem with slamming your fist, clapping, screaming, whatever. Don't do it at the player. Don't show him up. Don't be an asshole. Which leads us to today. Which Aaron Nola, say what you want about him. He is incredibly hit or miss. But not this year. He has been more on than off. I mean, he's 5-2 this year so far. He now has a complete game shutout. Excuse me, sorry. 3.10 ERA, 55 strikeouts in 58 innings. He's giving up less than a hit per inning. It's 20 earned runs, 7 home runs, which, like I said, if we can just accept that Nola will give up home runs, we'll all be a lot happier and we'll get through the games a lot easier. But I mean, his last 5 games, not including today, he is gone 7 1/3, 8, 8, 4, and 5 2/3. So struggled his last 2. But I mean, like that last 8-inning game against San Diego, that's not a bad team at all. 10 strikeouts. Excuse me. He's still racking up the strikeouts. But then today, I mean, just comes out there with a unbelievable pitching performance. 9 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, 0 walks, 0 runs. Had like 109 pitches, I think, 109. And got his ERA down to 3.10. So, I mean, what? Hold on. Before this, it's not going to tell me. Son of a bitch. It's not going to tell me. Anyway, his ERA was like 3.5, I think, something like that before this. So his ERA dropped a decent amount. But, I mean, it was a 2-0 game. The Mets had opportunities, but it was a 2-0 game up until the 9th. Like, the Phillies scored 2 runs in the 9th. Like the first run was again, which I'm curious about this. I want to know what the record is for a season for a player to get hit that led to an RBI, because now back-to-back games, Bohm with the bases loaded and 2 outs has been hit, and a run comes in. So and then Marsh walked right after that, I think. Yes. Marsh walked, led to another run. And then again, Bryson Stott, single to right, Schwarber scores in the 9th. And then Bohm hit a ground rule double, which was a really nice in Utley's corner in the right field. So, which that was close. That was really close to being a foul ball. And then little bit of trouble for Nola in the 9th. But he got out of it. I mean, that's the biggest thing is Nola pitched an absolute gem today, and it was so good to see, because you want to see it against this team. Like, I want to see it against the Mets. I love watching the Mets lose all the time. I love watching us have a lead, and then we beat them later in the game. And now they come here for a 2-game series, which I think is the dumbest thing ever. Why are we having a 2-game series against our division away and then immediately having a 2-game series here? Either make it a 4-game series or a 3-game series with a day off. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, sorry. That was just something that like I was thinking of today, and I'm like, it makes no sense. But it's whatever. Maybe that's why I don't work for baseball, because things like that are really absolutely stupid to me. So anyway, on this day too, it was kind of nice that he pitched like this, because today was Roy Halladay's birthday. And I still remember like watching Doc's first game. I remember watching all of Doc's games when he pitches a Philly. He was just, holy shit, he was something to watch. London? What about London? Oh, because it's a 2-game series there. That's stupid. Whatever. It's just, so what? Like, that's next month. MLB couldn't figure it out. Anyway. And Story is picking it up in May. Who? Sorry. Who are we talking about? Trevor Story? Anyway, I remember watching Doc pitch all the time and just being like, Jesus Christ, dude could throw a perfect game or a no-hitter any day. Any day. It was so much fun watching Doc pitch. Oh, stop. Sorry. Yeah, I should have known that. He is picking it up. He's been on a tear lately. It's good to see. But like I was saying, it kind of in the beginning, it's so cool to see that like everybody is picking each other up. I mean, Harper didn't play today. JT's still out. Schwarber was back in the lineup, but I mean, you're missing your top players, and you have everybody picking up. Trey, excuse me, Trey's still not obviously playing for another few weeks. But it's it's so good to see like that they can do it. We've seen them all do it, but they will do it. Like they'll pick everybody up. Anyway, so yes, happy. I don't even know what it's not belated, but happy birthday to Roy Halladay. It really sucks what happened to him. So today, on this day in Phillies history, May 14th, 2021, Andrew McCutcheon voices a guest character on an episode of Disney Junior show Puppy Dog Pals. And then in 2017, Max Scherzer, when he pitched for the Nats, throws an immaculate inning, strikes out the side on 9 pitches against the Phillies. And again, Phillies. Wow, Phillies. But I will say, 1980 has to be where it's at. I know I was trying to keep this to things, related to Citizens Bank Park, but 1980, because they won the World Series, how do I not bring it up? Steve Carlton beats Atlanta 91. It was his record-setting 10th straight quality start. So who was born? Well, besides obviously Halladay. Let's look at tomorrow. Who? 15th. Bryson Stott mishandles. Nope, I don't want to read this. 2-run double in 2013. There it is. Sorry. A 2-run double in the 5th inning is the 433rd of Jimmy Rollins' Phillies career, moving him past Ed Delahanty for the team record. That's what I wanted to look at. Okay. Anyway. So. Yep. Happy heavenly birthday, Doc. So anyway. Now that I went on my rant and I got my little spiel out there, I think that was all I had. I'm actually going to the game Thursday, so I'm trying to keep my streak alive. Thank you, Mom, again for the tickets. Get to see Walker pitch against the Mets in the Hall of Fame Club. So thank you again, Mother. So I'm gonna try and figure out when me and Scott, if he's feeling all right, to get back on here in another episode. I just want to let everyone know too. officially have a YouTube channel now, which I hope this is streaming. It's supposed to be streaming on there right now. So if you ever want to go check that out, as well as our Instagram and TikTok, which is all sorry in advance. Same logo that you see right behind my head. So if you ever want to check any of them out, see me make an ass of myself, more than I already do, and just see, little tiny one clips from what you watch on here. I don't know how else to say it, but Donna, Caroline, Mom, Mrs. Pizzo, thank you very much for coming, hanging out. And I will see you all hopefully sometime like maybe Sunday, after we win another 5 games in a row, sweep the Mets and then sweep the Nats. I'm predicting a 4-1 next 5 games. That's my prediction for the weekend. I'm not sure which game we lose. It's going to be one of the ones against the Mets, but not mine. So anyway, thank you, everyone. I hope you all have a good night, and thanks for tuning in. See everybody. See everybody later. See you later, everybody.
Listen.